Good evening from outside Kroger Field, where right behind us, Kentucky football won its first game since September 21st. Quite a bit of a drought here in Lexington, but with Murray State in town, they got a convincing win. To be honest, we're out of the game a little early. It's 41-6 right now. Maybe they'll add to that, but we're going to go ahead and break it down as fans are clearing out. I feel like we've seen enough to know what exactly happened there. We're going to focus on a little bit of a youth movement. There was a lot of that. It was Heroes Day. We had a B-52 bomber fly over. That was awesome, but at the moment, we're still a little grumpy about that third quarter, potentially the longest third quarter in the history of sports. So we're going to start there, Nick Roush. What in the hell was that? This is supposed to be a game you fly through. We get home to watch the night games, yet we're still here and the game is still going.
We have seen enough, Drew. What the hell was that? I mean, I know, like, Kentucky won a football game. This is supposed to be a good thing, a good day. But that was not football. That was a flag fest. I was really worried about the officials. Like, they were going to throw a shoulder out, throwing their flags all over the place. It was an abomination, a disgrace to the sport. Flags here, flags there, flags everywhere. We have offsetting flags on a kickoff. After the reserve guy, Brandon White, he busts a 40-yarder, and then what does he do? He fumbles it right back to Murray State on the re-kick. I mean, it was just total yakety sacks, and I cannot. We've seen some dumb stuff in these FCS games over the years. We had a guy get the ball snapped over his head on 2 straight plays in a row. Kentucky threw a pick 6 and went down 14-0 once upon a time. This game, way dumber. Way dumber. I mean, the first play of the game, Drew, what happens? Brock Vandergrift cocks back, throws that bad boy along. It's 10 yards short, but it pops right out the Murray State guy's hands and right into Hartley Gilmore's for a 52-yard touchdown. And then what do they do on the next snap? They call the same play. It's the same underthrow. This time the Murray State guy catches the arm punt. It was just a comedy of errors today at Kroger Field, and I don't know why we expected more, because you know what last week was? It was a bye week. And what does Kentucky do after a bye week?
You know, in a season that started with a lightning delay that kept here till 2 in the morning, we thought this was going to be the normal game. This was a get-right game, get some confidence, win 59-0, go home. None of that has happened. It's been wild, as Roush alluded to. That third quarter, I think, has actually shaved time on my life. I thought we might get home and get to enjoy a little football tonight. It's going to be another late one for your KSR friends here, but that's all right, because we weren't getting mad at Six Flags Murray State there that we saw come to town. We did get to see a youth movement. So starting the second half, it was Cutter Boley time in the Bluegrass. So far, so good on that. I think it's still going on behind us. But Adam Luckett, let's focus on what we did get to see. Stoops went to second string very early in the game with the lead. Got to see Cutter Boley in the second half. Luckett, I'll let you speak for what we saw out of Cutter Boley. Sounds like we might get a score behind us.
Touchdown, Kentucky! Woo-hoo-hoo! There we go. 2 for Cutter.
So is that 48-6, assuming we get the extra point?
48-6,
all right, well,
covering Cats.
Luckett, pretend you just saw that one. What did you think of Cutter Boley in the second half?
That was a dart.
Yeah, unbelievable pass.
First things first, the 2 arm putts from Brock Vandegrift. My big thought was, how healthy is he?
Yeah.
Like, that's my big question leaving. How healthy is he?
Those were severely underthrown.
Yeah. And so, but for the Cutter Boley experience, I think we saw everything we wanted to saw. I believe it was 3 touchdowns, 1 field goal possession, and 4 second half drives. You saw the big arm. You saw some of the athleticism. I think you saw him make good decisions repeatedly.
You saw him run the option like Tim Couch out there?
We saw the option.
Vince Merrill making couch comparisons.
Which was a little bit of a surprise. But I think overall you saw what we thought we would see from him all season. He had the I don't think he had to throw, but we had to throw to Macklin again. Makes another competitive catch on a go ball or an inside fade. And so I think for Cutter, you saw everything you wanted to, and he looked good. He looked the part, and that's really all you could ask coming out of this performance.
It wasn't the touchdown throw, but it was the because that was on 4th down. They were both 4th down throws, but the one play where I think it was 3rd down, and you see him look this way, you see him look there, and then finds the guy in the middle of the field for a 12-yard gain on 3rd down. That's the kind of stuff, especially with young quarterbacks like it, we talk about the processor, and he was processing it. Granted, it helps against a team like Murray State where you have some time back there, but I'm also a little annoyed about the lack of time that they had in general today.
Just the line in general just leaves you wanting more.
Oh.
I think we're about to find out, but what was the deal with the Wilcox usage, right?
Yeah. Something was up that first quarter.
When he touched the ball, it was clear, like, oh, this guy's the best player on the field.
Yeah.
Like when he touched it, I mean, they had the 183-yard penalty. He had a 73-yard run, ended up being a 3-and-out. And then ever since then, Kentucky scored on every possession, I believe, since that. And so that was a big question. Like, what was the deal? with the Wilcox usage. There was a lot of absences on defense. De'Aaron Jackson, J.J. Weaver, Jamon Dumas-Johnson. So where are they at health-wise? But overall, I mean, it's easy to nitpick in a game like this.
Yeah.
My big question now is, is there a quarterback controversy?
Oh, no. He better be my quarterback at Texas. Whatever Brock was throwing 15 yards short on those deep balls, I am absolutely overreacting to Cutter Boley in the second half. There was one play he didn't even get any points for, but he scrambled, hit Fred Ferrier, just couldn't keep his feet in bounds. That would have been a great touchdown if it worked out. Am I crazy for wanting the Boley experience in Austin over Murray State 2 quarters?
My only worry is that it was during that third quarter. And so, Cutter, and then, the other side. I don't know. So, I don't think you're crazy, Drew.
I want it. Do it.
I think I'm just crazy, though, just watching this Kentucky football team. You've done it. You made me lose my mind because I can't figure you out. You do this to us. You put that out there. It's not. I just want to have fun today, Drew. This was not fun.
The back cover streak is over.
Yeah.
48-6.
Well,
we think.
Knock on wood. So
it's never over until it's over.
That is finally over.
Did you have any strong thoughts about the game? No, you're just here spectating?
I'm just a fan.
So, big picture here, we're going to assume Texas isn't going to go well. And while we're focused on this youth movement, what the hell do we got to do to keep Hardley Gilmore, Wilcox, Boley, Willie Rodriguez, Malachi Wood, some of those linemen? You have a great foundation for this offense that hasn't been very good in a while. I don't know if y'all know anything where they're leaning, but is it possible to keep those guys around and turn them into something in a year or two?
It's possible, Drew, but it's also possible that none of these players are here. Anything is possible. That's the thing about Kentucky. We cannot have expectations right now because they will do anything. Anything is on the table. So, that's why.
It's less so expectations. It's more so just be open-minded. Let's see what happens.
Because it's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. And I needed to remind myself that. I need to tell myself that because it's week to week, day to day. You just never know what you're going to get. Kind of like your friend, Forrest.
Oh, yeah. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Yeah. But today, if you threw it at Jordan Lovett, you knew what you were going to get because he had 2 interceptions. That was a bright spot. Sounds like Brown Stevens, you said, had that touchdown. That's 2 touchdowns for him. So a couple standouts today that double dipped. Like Luckett noted, a lot of absences today. Roush will soon head to Mark Stoops. Hopefully we'll get clearer answers for those. We tried to find Jamon Dumas-Johnson. I'm not even sure if he's on the premises, but these are things Stoops will answer soon. Roush heads in there.
One other very cool thing, though, Josiah Hayes tore his Achilles in the spring, and he was playing today. His first snap, he gets a tackle. And I don't think many people knew that because Kentucky kept it. They didn't mention that he would be back at all. But to go through that rehab, that's very difficult, especially for a big guy. And to make a play on your first play, that was awesome. So shout out to Josiah Hayes to get back out there, get to work, and I was happy to see 97.
Yeah. And not as significant, but Max Harrison back in pads.
Yes.
That was good to see. Chip Trainum, he's still on the team.
And we'll see on the cutter what's going on at quarterback next week, but Harley Gilmore, more of him. You can see why they're excited about him.
They should be shopping for houses for Hardley Gilmore, Jamarian Wilcox, Cutter Boley. Whatever those guys need, the NIL fund, you should already been working on it a month ago. I hope you're killing it because do not let those guys get to the portal. Don't even let them know there is a portal. That portal is closed to those guys. I'm so excited.
Door, throw away the key.
No Dr. Pepper commercials. Just shut it down.
Yeah, I mean, the offense has been so poor this season. Seeing a little bit of hope out of that youth movement there was exciting. Do you have any big questions for Stoops when you get in there?
I don't, but I did want to commend the fans because there was a lot of nobody's going to show up and blah, 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 blah. No, it was a great day. There was, 45,000 people there. It was sparse in the upper deck, but the lower deck was mostly full. People stuck around in the third quarter because they wanted to see Cutter Boley, and then they saw a bunch of flags, and it was like, all right, maybe we should leave. They obviously don't want us here. Yeah. So, all in all, the fans did a great job.
Parking lots were 75% full when we walked in.
It was a fine turnout for the fans. They didn't get rewarded like they should have, but that's.
They got to win. You got to be coming to this building. You don't get many of those.
Since September 21st. That was a long time ago.
That might have been why the turnout was so good. They're like, we've committed this much. Let's at least see them win a game here. Do you have any last takeaways before we? It's getting a little chilly out here. I got to be honest. I'm not feeling this.
Overall, I think the mission was accomplished. They came in, they got a win, but the same issues are still the same issues. Cannot finish possessions in the low red zone. Have to settle for 2 field goals. Penalties. Can't get out of your own way. After you throw the touchdown pass, you get lucky. Then you draw the play up again.
That touchdown pass was so garbage.
And it just didn't work. So it's just it feels like the same stuff, the same mistakes keep happening. That would be the one thing I think would be most frustrating. But overall, I think they accomplished the mission. Now you go to Texas.
The back door's open, boys.
Oh, no,
You spoke too soon.
Did Luckett jinx us?
The back door's open.
Oh,
too
no.
soon.
Is the cover streak in trouble?
They might. They got it down on the UK 29 with under 2 to play.
We'll go ahead and call this here. Maybe we can, by calling the rapid reaction, we'll call the game. However, this week, the three of us will be in lovely Austin, Texas. As you can see, we're very confident about the state of UK football. They'll be in the press box. I'll be in the nosebleeds. I'm in section 108 in a row. I think they made up just to put above the lights.
Double Z.
But I'll be there with UK fans. Hope to see several UK fans. We'll be around town, downtown the night before watching Cats basketball. We're excited to get there, and who knows, maybe Cutter Boley surprised us and they beat the Longhorns. You don't seem too confident, Nick Roush.
We'll be just walking around.
All right, Austin, here we come. We're signing off from Kentucky, where they hopefully close out this game 48-6 and get that cover, because we need a cover and we need happiness around this football program. Go Cats. We'll check with you from Texas.